Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Mokakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson on September the 18th, 2022 at 8:57 p.m. Central Standard Time on this Sunday night. And this is a news article from the Jerusalem Post in regards to the increase of nations rise against nations and kingdom against kingdoms as it's starting to increase on an everyday basis. As we see these things in the news take place on an everyday basis, and we see it right in front of our eyes, And this is a news article from Jerusalem Post by Reuters, published September 19, 2022. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads from the Jerusalem Post for in the news on September 18, 2022. Biden says U.S. forces would defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. The U.S. President Joe Biden said in an interview broadcast on Sunday that U.S. forces will defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. Asked in a CBS 60-minute interview if U.S. forces will defend the self-ruled island claimed by China, he replied yes, if in fact there was an unprecedented attack. He says asked to clarify if he meant that unlikely the asked to clarify if he meant that unlike in Ukraine, U.S. forces, men and women, will defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. Biden replied yes. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be ye not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by end. Right, because we're going to hear these things continue to increase of these commotions of wars, proxy wars and rumors of wars between the different nations and different kingdoms as well too. That's taking place on the planet Earth as it's starting to increase more and more and more. Because the wars and rumors of wars, because in the news you're gonna hear rumors of wars of it just being a rumor, and then you're gonna have times where you're gonna have these rumors of wars are actually being an actual news that's happening for real, and that's going to turn into an increase of tensions between the nations, as we're starting to see it increase and build up, And this is the book of Matthew 24:7. And it reads, for nation shall rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Right, because you're going to hear these things to increase the nations rising up against nations, and kingdoms or different kingdoms rising up against one another as well too. So these things are definitely going to increase, and it's going to increase more and more and more. Because we see the signs, of where these nations are continually going at against one another. The tensions are definitely heating up. It's going to be times where tensions might calm down a little bit, but the tensions are definitely going to increase. Now, if that's certainly 100% true, if Joe Biden actually did live up to his word of him saying that whenever that time happens, if potentially China just give a go ahead and invade Taiwan, he was saying that the United States might use armed troops or U.S. soldier troops, to help Taiwan if a potential invasion from the Chinese to invade Taiwan, because as we've been seeing it, with the Nancy Pelosi visit to Taiwan, then China's military, they've been doing a fully military exercise drills, continually sending warnings to the United States and its allies that fully support Taiwan. So these things continue to increase, and it's going to increase more and more and more, But that China invasion Taiwan is for certain, most likely is going to happen, but we don't know when though. But it's definitely building up. We're definitely showing signs of that. That's why I brought out the scriptures of Luke 21:9, then Matthew 24:7. The commotions of wars, the wars and rumors of wars. So these things are definitely heating up. These rumors of wars is consistently building up on an everyday basis in different parts of the world. Because you got tensions over there in the Middle East with the Israeli-Palestine thing. You got tensions over there in Yemen. You got tensions, cross-border clashes between the Israelis, the IDF, against the over there in Syria, Iranian-backed organization groups stationed over there as well too. So you got many different other tensions going on around the world, and relates to wars and rumors of wars, and it's definitely going to continue to heat up, So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and above.